chicken. Let this cage bird out. All right.
Let them know we had a minor.
Yeah, minor setback in our production here, but we're good now. We're live, back in action.
We're all good. How are you?
You don't have your mic on.
I know.
You don't want to hear him
yet.
So we have CC Strain versus Robert Carey, and I will let you know, I happen to know CC very well. I have a lot to say about her because she was my teammate when I moved down to Virginia and joined a master's team. CC's like, you're going to play with me. I said, okay. So me and CC were teammates last session. She's playing Robert Carey, which, what? Oh, I don't really know Robert, but I'm gonna Fargorate stalk him right now and see what he's about. Do I know Robert Carey? I think I do. Yeah, I do know him very well, actually. I was like, wait a second. 483 preliminary, Feasterville, PA, 92 robustness. Okay, I know him. I've played with him before, and Cece was my teammate, and Cece can be super duper patient, and she just is so good. She picks such good shots, and when she's in like the zone, she just makes balls, plays safe, like makes good decisions. It's so super impressive. So I'm really excited to commentate on this match, and I hope y'all like and comment and share and talk to me, and let's be interactive about it. I'll be hung out to dry or talk by myself. Although I'm sure I have a lot to talk about, but I need to see table. Cece looking lovely as usual, sitting over in a corner, just calm, breathing, which I think really is the best way to be. Because if you're getting all bent out of shape, you can't really play well. I don't know. It's better to be calm. You don't pay too much attention to the luck, and when somebody rattles a ball or leaves you bad, or you just sit calm, breathe, focus, and that's what she's doing. You can tell because she's got like her cue in her lap and her hand just kind of resting over it, not fidgeting, just really a sign of taking the emotion out of it and just enjoying the game for the game. So Robert, yeah, kind of figured he was going to drain it, and I think he missed the lead on the 3-ball. He really had this small window of opportunity, even though the 3-ball was pretty far above the side pocket, small window, but he might be able to nick the corner of it. No, I don't think so. He actually didn't hit that ball at all. But with ball in hand, this becomes decision time. And it's not the easiest of layouts, but it's totally doable. I imagine CC is going to just play the 3-ball up to the top right-hand corner of her screen. I think she's going to put the cue ball halfway between the 5 and the 3. because she's gonna need to have a good angle on that 4 and the best angle you can really have. Just like straight over to the other side pocket. Can't really see where she has the ball, but it looks to me like she's trying to come out, like slide the cue ball across the table, which takes a very confident shot. I'd kind of like to see her do it. She's gonna pull that ball over. That was a good shot. That's a good shot, Cece. It was the only thing I really worried about. I really like the 4 ball on the side, but playing in the corner, totally fine. But now we're gonna have to play across to get to the 5 ball. But I think she's got it inside. Oh, that was nice. Table sit. Nope, not going in.
I think I just sent you a match, Noah.
But it was a good leave. It's a good leave. We kind of have the 5 and the 6 on the same side. The 6 to the 7 could be difficult if you don't get good position. So they just have to make sure that they go through and they make their balls. It's nice and gingerly pockets the 4. Now we have the 5 in the side. Biggest thing you want to think about right now is just not being on that rail. Don't want to leave yourself there because then that makes the shot on the 6 ball more difficult. Oh, he left himself good off the rail. Now he has a chance to just play a nice center ball shot. Go into the rail. It's going to come back. Give a really nice little angle on the 7 ball. You could play with that to make the 9. Oh, he hit a little too hard. Yeah, he hit it too hard. It ain't over though. He's got to make a good decision here. What's the decision? Banking it. I'm cutting it. Go bank either way. Bank to the side. Bank to the corner. Cutting it. I don't know. Maybe play safe. I like the side pocket bank personally. Or playing safe behind the 9 ball. But there's still good decisions to be made here that can help him win this bet. It's like he opted for the safe behind the 9 is what I do believe he was trying to accomplish. But this shot here, I call it a drag draw. I don't know if you all call it something different, but just when you hit a little bit below center and it just kind of brings the cue ball to the side, like slides it over. I like to call that drag draw. And very recently, I get very excited when I get this shot on the table. You know, and I have to take it. It's not like I'm making a dumb decision, deciding, oh, I'm going to just drag draw instead of falling. No, when it presents itself and it's like, this is the best shot that I can take, and you do it and it just pulls over. Look how nice that shot was. Look how nice that was. She got a little zealousy on that drag. Liked it though. But she's still, you know, this is what we do when we play pool. We don't have to be straight down on things. We cut things all the time. It's just a matter of making them up.
Table 9.
So she's on the top right hand corner of the screen. And so let's focus. Stroking it. Overcut. Overcut. So the ball, it is on the rail, but it's so close to the corner pocket. But I'm sure we all can say that we missed the shot. Hopefully, just bears down. That's where it's supposed to. You don't. It's like it's hard because you don't want to hit it soft because then sometimes it doesn't reach the pocket. You don't want to kill it because sometimes you come up on your shot and you scratch in the other corner. So it's just a matter of making the ball. He hit that good speed. Good job. All right, Robert Carey is up 1-0 in our set. And we'll have the score updated on the screen in a minute. Because I don't know where the screen is. All right, I'm going to try this. I'm going to be able to see you guys. That's not good. I want to see it. All right. All right, so this is the 3rd match I've commentated on. So we are going to talk about it once again, the rack. And I'm going to bet, because Cece was my teammate, that she's going to break this from the right spot on the table, which is 2nd diamond. Nope, she's going in the kitchen. She's going in the kitchen. She might still put this ball in the corner pocket, though. We're looking at the 7 ball because she's breaking from the right side. So you look at the wing ball on the same side of the table. Let's see. It went in. Good old magic crack. But with that type of break, the other part of that, because usually people are going to be trying to put the 1 ball in the side pocket, kind of like a slice. You like slice into the rack and it kicks in the side pocket. Or you're going to be trying to make the wing ball in the corner. When you're going to make the wing ball in the corner, the other important component is to be able to like stop the rock. Like you're pretty much going full face with the cue ball into the front of the rack. You want to stop it because the 1 ball will pop off and give you a good look at it somewhere on that side of the table. So not only is it, do I want to make this corner ball, but I also want to stop the cue ball so I can finish out the rest of the rack, ideally. And when you practice that, it becomes more and more obvious when you start paying attention to it. But Cecilia has a good shot at the 2 here. She played that so nice. She had this little baby window where she could follow the ball and have it be on track, go towards the 3 ball. And that's essentially what she did. She's left herself a nice shot on an out table. The 3 ball plays very nicely. She could put probably play low right on this. I would get try to come back from the 4 ball. Okay, she still got to look at it. And I know that, like, sometimes when we do things like that, we look at the shot like, man, that's so much harder than I really wanted it for myself. But you know what? If your opponent left you this shot, you would make it, right? So give yourself the same grace. There's so much like these little minuscule changes in the game where we overrun a ball, underrun a ball. We're like, oh, it changed everything. Okay, so make do with what you have and just do better next time. I think it's the whole point. So I like to see her put herself together and just make this 4 ball. I know she can. Very good, Cece. Nice shot. Very good. That's how you freaking do it. Now this, make a little angle on the 5. If I were Cece, that side pocket that we see on the bottom of our screen is a huge open window for the side pocket, but we don't want to forget that they can also be, that ball can be played in the corners too, at the bottom of our screen. So even if she underruns this, you could still play the 7 ball in the corner. It doesn't have to go in the side. Like you have room. So it's just a matter of just making the 5 ball good speed. Great. Like I said, where can the ball be played? Now, she could opt to still try to make this in the side, but from the angle I'm looking at it, it looks like it's a little tough. So if she instead decides to hit this ball like low right, kind of bring the ball back, use that rail a little bit to get, even if she put the cue ball exactly where it is right now for the 8 ball, she's still fine. It's just a matter of just meet the ball and get the right side of the table. Miscue. That was a tough miscue. So Robert Carey has a chance here. I recall. I'm sorry if the score is wrong on the screen. If he stepped away and I don't really know how to get back to the screen. There he is. We'll have him updated. So Robert, just make the balls. They're kind of right there for you. 7 leads to the 8. 8 stop shot. 9. Can we update the score? It's 1-0 Robert. I wasn't sure who was left and right. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So we had a miss. That 7 ball. Hey, angles are good. She can play with that. If she hits us good, low on the ball, the rail, back on the left side of the table for the 8 ball. It's just a matter. It's one tough shot. That's it. It's not even that tough. She hit good. She'll say she's gonna hit good. She did. She hit that real good. See that? See that, folks? We didn't have to get absolutely perfect because what she can do now, she can just focus on making that 8 ball in the top right hand corner, center ball. And if you hit center ball, that cue ball is just going to come back and forth, back and forth. And guess what? You have a look on that 9 ball for wherever it can land. Wherever it can land. Doesn't have to be perfect.
in 10 minutes, I'm just going to give you advance you on, okay?
See?
So just
Just
stay
right
where
on
you're at.
track.
You'll be
It didn't
fine.
matter where that cue ball stopped. She was going to be on that ball. It's exactly what happened, and good for her. She ended up perfect on it. She hit that ball with good speed, good intention. She's calling the bottom right hand corner for the 9 ball, and she's going to tie this up 1-1 with Robert Carey. Good job. All right, so we got scores 1-1. Cece just got out, I think, pretty amazingly. She hit those balls very well. She's over there smiling right now.
1-1.
1-1, yep. Cece won. Robert won. I would love for our viewers to talk to us. I want to see who's in here. It's a lot of fun here at Bluegrass. There's so many tables. How many tables are here? 50 tables. That's a lot. All right, 13 viewers. Okay, 13 viewers. I wish they would show you who the viewers were so I can message them and be like, can you please talk to me right now? Just sitting here bearing my pool soul, you know? Talking about things that I thought only existed in my head. But guess what happens when you put a microphone in front of me? I just decided that we're going to talk about all of them. But you know what? Not for nothing. At least it's making me live up to my bullshit. So hopefully I can fix it.
All right. So we had a ton of technical difficulties today that we had to work through.
We're good now.
It seems to be good now, yes.
Yeah, we're up and running. As long as I don't knock this microphone over again. Problem is I'm up and down and up and down. Okay, I can move this.
All right.
Okay, good. All right, so what do we got going on?
I think I narrowed it down to an internet problem. I had to fix the internet over there and switch over, but I think we were getting matches double,
Assigned.
essentially double assigned to tables.
It's kind of chaos.
I think we're doing okay now, though.
Yeah. Takes a village.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's good. It's all good. We got some great matches. I love the fact that did Cece never played around here before, right?
So Cece came to my women's tournament that I had in February.
Right.
She did well there.
I was here.
And I believe she was here last year when Alyssa Solt ran a tournament, a ladies tournament. I believe she was here for that.
I think you're right. Yep.
And then next month is the JP Newt that's here.
I'll be here for that.
I believe Cece's going to come to that one also.
We're gonna play.
I'll be streaming that one too.
Great. Can't wait.
I only have one duty that day is to stream. I don't have to do streaming, tournament, money counting, anything like that. I show up, I stream, I go home.
That's kind of what my life is like today.
I envy you.
Watch some pool, have a beer, brewski. Sorry,
Absolutely.
soda. You're doing great.
No, we can talk about beer as long as we get a sponsor for it.
Yeah, like who would you want to sponsor? I like Angry Orchard.
I'll take any beer company that wants to throw a sponsorship at us.
Oh, is it gonna,
I don't drink beer, so it doesn't really matter to me. But
when you do drink, you drink responsibly.
Oh, I do.
I think that was a beer commercial. It was like a plug to see
Something
if we
like
can get a
that.
sponsor.
Yeah, right.
I like Tyler. I think Tyler's very sweet.
Tyler Duty, yeah.
Yeah, he says you're doing great.
He's my
keep it going.
It's my business partner Jeff's son. Tyler's a good guy.
Oh, he's being nice. Tell him to invite his friends, please, Tyler.
Tyler plays well. He's been to Vegas like 5 or 6 times, I believe.
Really?
I could be wrong with the amount of times, but I know he's been to Vegas a couple times.
Okay. All right, Tyler. We'll get you some Vegas. Is he like a one that's been to Vegas 7 times? Or
No, he's 5, 4, 5, 6 probably runner.
Okay. So I'll give him like the 7 ball.
Yeah, his dad Jeff's a 7.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll beat Dad too.
What's that?
I said I'll beat Dad too.
Jeff plays well. It would be a good match with him.
All right, let's go. So Robert. Oh, I think this is natural for the 3. Yeah. Gross money. Well, not really. No, because now we're going
away
wrong
from the
side
4,
of the
yeah.
table. Yeah, definitely.
I did cut that. Call that 9.
I call that 9 too all day. All day.
Oh.
But look at this guy. He tried to get on the right side of the table.
Getting there.
But once you get to that point, you got to figure something else out. I think maybe like trying to play safe on that ball would have been better. Just being on that side of the table.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look at this. I feel like if I have the ability to give up my hopes and dreams while I play pool, that I do better. The more adaptable I am, the better I play. God forbid I go incompetent, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, Cece has a chance here, fully capable of running these balls out. Oh, I sound biased, don't I?
What's that?
I sound
You got
biased.
biased?
Yeah. Do I have to be impartial? I don't feel like Jeremy Jones is always impartial.
You don't need to be impartial.
When he's like, "Oh, I
I need
know
to
how
be
Sky
impartial,
shoots
but
this."
my commentators don't.
Yeah. Okay. I know how Sky shoots, and he's going to drill this ball. I hear him say that. I'm doing the same thing. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's part of human nature. I really do want to see her run out. um, I feel like she's in between a safe and playing this ball right now, and I hope that she chooses.
I think you should just go for it.
I think so.
It's natural position, actually.
Are you playing this in the top right hand corner?
So for us, it'd be the bottom right corner.
That's where you play it. Okay.
Yeah, it's natural English. Cue ball hits diamond, hits right where the chalk's at, comes right back up. Play the
Yeah.
other ball in the same
I
pocket.
don't know why I like it the other way. Like if I was shooting that right now, I'd be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about the other way is if she doesn't hit the perfect speed, she ends up in the center of the table.
Yeah.
So watch.
Yo.
Oh, it's a little
Yo.
bit.
Okay. It's still okay. You can still see the ball. We're fine. We're fine. She's gonna bank this. It's a top
Maybe play a little
left
safe there.
corner. You think so?
Yeah, I would.
I think she's feeling herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way she's hitting the balls. I don't know. We're gonna find out though. Frankie might be right. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, she went for the save. It was a good save. It was a good save. It was very well played. Very, very well. Now we have Robert.
Yeah, I believe that just
With, okay, so you're doing one or two things here. You're looking at this ball like, I'm going to make this ball not going to scratch, and I have 9 ball in the table, so I'm just going to go for it. Or you're committed to doing some kind of safe. He committed to making that ball, and you know what? He overcut it, but at least he committed to it. It was like, and I don't really like shooting balls where I don't know where the cue, like, where if I didn't know exactly where that 9 ball was going to go, sometimes I can just miss the ball because I'm thinking about that. That's why I said he needs to commit to it and just make the ball. Like, it is what it is. If I get crappy on the 9 ball, then I get crappy. Then I got to figure something out, right? But the chances are, like you're playing odds, right? The chances are I'm going to get on that ball in some pocket and I'll be okay. Because at some point we have to trust ourselves too. So with her, she should be thinking the same thing. I just have to make that ball. But now is where I think it shifts, where I would more intentionally try to leave the 9 for a certain pocket. Like I'm telling myself, I'm gonna shoot the 9 in the top left-hand corner of the screen. Well, not when I play, I'm not playing the screen, but you get it. So I think this one has to be more intentional. Oh wow. Intentional. I think he intended for this pocket, but not the way that it is in the pocket. Okay. Yep, he makes it. So it's 2-1. Robert Carey versus CC Strain. I was trying to look up what his Fargo is. That's right. I was in the middle of Fargo stocking. Oh yeah, I did say it. It's 483 preliminary, 92 robustness. Okay, I think that's accurate. And we got CC. I think she's 472. Yeah, actually, right on the dot. 472 with 1,400 games of robustness. So you would say that it's likely that that's a good rating for her, just based on the fact of how much she's played and what she's been at. But anybody can play any speed at any time. That's why sometimes I get so sick of being like, oh, they're overrated. No, you can't really say that because she's allowed to play like a 600, just like some days I'm allowed to play like a 200. You know what I mean? You have to take what you can get. So it's extremely hard. Like, when somebody comes to one of these tournaments and they don't belong. It's a specific skill group, that's here. And I don't really see, from what I mean, I haven't seen everybody play yet, but even the people that they're like, oh, they should be rated higher. No, I don't think so. I don't see anything that's particularly like stellar, like run out, like, geez, if I miss, they're going to get out. You know what I mean? But people are allowed to play better too. So I don't know. My point is that I just hate hearing the whining about it because I'm capable of playing above my speed any day of the week. You know what? And after a period of time, sometimes it sticks, and then it's like, wow, I am playing better than I normally do. Then you go up, and that's how it should be. But you don't have to play your level, and that's such a hard concept. And I think sometimes people play, whether it's money or tournaments or league, and fully capable, like mentally and mechanically, but they hold themselves back because they're this number. I know I've done it before, and I work really hard to not do that because I want to be above my number. I don't ever want to be in my number. I want somebody to look at me and be like, oh man, she should be at 650. Cool. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what we're all trying to do. So if I'm getting better over time and people want to say stuff, well, it is what it is. Like, I play my matches. I don't do the rating. I'm not sandbagging. I mean, there's people that do and are dishonest, but let's not ruin that for the reasonable people, you know?
Oh, I know you. Yeah.
So that was my rant. I think I'm doing some life coaching today, Frank.
Are you?
Yeah, I think this is pretty good stuff. I don't know. See, it was good by CC because we don't really have a good shot on the one. The two ball makes it so it's not really an out table, but you could go crazy and try to manufacture something. You're hitting the 9, but that's not likely. But it looks like an option, so it just kind of makes the other person think a bit. Those balls are super easy to do exactly what Robert did and overcut it because we're so worried about hitting the side of the ball. I like to play a little bit inside English. I find it helps. It helps grip the ball, and I cut better when I do it. So the only thing is now Cece has to shoot the shot that she meant for him to get to. And she's probably going to have to play safe. If that 2 ball wraps behind the 5 ball, she'd just do like a little tap, leave the cue behind the 5, and then put the 2 in line with the 9 for a ball in hand 2-9 thing. So there's that. But she's got to get to that 2 ball first. And sometimes we miss because we're not sure what to do with that next ball. Like that 1 ball for her. And, I'm just speculating, of course. But perfectly capable of making 1 ball, right? But were we thinking about the 2 ball? Did we not want to make it because we didn't want to take that shot? Like, there's a lot of things that could happen. I feel like CC would want to call a hip watch on this, but it's not my job to call it. This is called 9 ball, so the 9 ball is not wild. It has to be called. So I think he called the 9 ball. Not really sure. I'm surprised she's not having a hit watch on us. Yeah, I don't know. No comment. So, made the 2. Didn't go for the 9. He's on the 3. It's danger line, scratch out, especially how he has to come in and hit this 3 ball. This is tough from here. I wouldn't be particularly happy about this. I think I would try to figure out a good way to play safe just so I could have like a little reset, a little ball in hand because it's not easy from him. Now I say that. We're going to watch this happen all day and they're just going to start getting out. Okay. So he did get on the 4 ball, but we didn't make the 3 because it was super tough.
So I have a new. He's actually very good at commentating and streaming.
Okay.
He's sort of new to pool.
I feel like I'm being set up. It's like, Steve, are you going to walk behind me or
No.
something?
Okay. So my friend Steve Library, and I was going to put him on the commentary here with you because he has he's a novice player. He has questions.
Ooh.
So I know someone of your stature could answer these questions and kind of show some guidance there.
That sounds fun.
Okay, so
because I'm probably going to say that stuff anyway, but at least he's prompting me, so it doesn't look like I'm just talking to myself.
And he's got some
anymore.
questions he can ask, and I know you can answer for him.
Okay, I can do that. That's fine.
right,
Can
so
I get the nice chair?
What's that?
Can I have the nice chair
So you
now?
can only have this chair until I come back.
Okay.
Sold.
I don't want the new guy. It's still 1-1, right? Okay. I'm moving. Okay. I get the nice chair now. Tyler, go Aaron Levin. Who is playing today and my teammate for Fatal Eight? I have no idea. I was talking about. You'll have to elaborate. Sean Cameron. Yes, that's Frank. Frank Miletti. All right. So let's pay attention, shall we? So I get it. I get why he shot the ball there. But the side ball was nice. The corner was nice. But this is what we have. So we got to figure it out. I think he just called the 9 ball in the corner, which is bananas. Because with this shot, you're either shooting the 9 or shooting the 5. You got to pick one. Yeah. But he does have a bank shot. And these side pockets do seem a little open as far as the banks go. And then as long as he's on, anywhere from the side pocket back, you make that 9 ball from anywhere. So you can kind of let yourself go. Just bank the 7 ball. Looks like he's eyeing it up good. Half ball. Oh, overcut. Letting CC in. Oh, where's this ball going to end up? Okay. CC, same predicament. The only difference with this is that she kind of has a choice. She can go, if she hits the 7 ball closer to the short rail on the left-hand side of your screen, like if she hits the cue into that side, it's more likely she's going to stay on this side of the table, which you need for the 9 ball. If she goes the other way, if she plays the 7 ball in the bottom left-hand corner of the TV, she might end up on the wrong side of the 9 ball. So I'm curious to see what she's going to end up doing. She made it. And look what happened. She hit it on the right side of the ball. Steve. Steve's here. Here's Steve.
Oh, the headphones are a little far. We're going to get real close to us.
Okay, that's good. Oh, don't move that. Nope. Don't move the bottom part. Just the top.
Yep.
You have to undo that.
That's
Because I ripped it off the table 3 or 4 times. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Welcome to the $4.99 and under commentators booth here at Bluegrass Billiards. I'm on my shit right now, apparently. So
Nice. I like it.
CC just won, so it is
2-1 over Robert.
yeah. And she actually just made a really good shot. It was a shot. She just had to make the ball 3-1. 3-1. 3-1.
3-1.
Oh, sorry, CC. Got you. Yeah, that was a good out. I really like that. Cece's feeling very confident. And you know what's cool is even what you just started playing pool, yes?
I've been shooting for a while. It's my first tournament, though.
It's your first tournament. Okay, very exciting.
Obviously,
So-
different style.
I'm really glad I get to talk to you about this. So I've been playing pool a while. I'm okay. Take it or leave it. You want my coaching. But do you see how Cece is sitting over in her chair? And this is important for somebody that's their first tournament. She's sitting there with no emotion.
Yep.
She's not fidgeting. She's not doing anything other than what my friend Keith McCready told me is look from the object ball to the cue ball when the other person's shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Just you don't want to let in any super positive thoughts, any super negative thoughts. Like you just need to be emotionless. You decide when you're going to have those celebrations. I like to celebrate after.
Absolutely.
It's just so important to like a robot, like Feder Gorse. He's the epitome of just staying still. And the only thing I ever see that boy do is roll his eyes.
It's about the only emotion you get, right?
Yeah, that's really how it should be. Because when I start celebrating beforehand and strutting and walk around the table like I own it, I'm not going to play my best. Some people do. Earl Strickland, he can.
Absolutely.
Russian Kenny, he can. I'm not one of those people, and I'll be the first one to
I am
admit
definitely not a peacocker. I can't roll around the table, ruffling feathers, and I just want to get down and focus and try to stay in the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's where she's at right now. She's definitely in the moment. She's not too high, not too low. She's just cool, calm, and collected.
I think so too. I'm looking at I see your comment, Lou Simone. Hello, how are you? I see that it's 2-2 on the digital pool, but I'm pretty sure it's 3-1 because that's what Cece said. I'll ask her when she's done shooting just to make sure it's correct.
Oh, it's a tough miss.
But I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was a tough miss. And it does kind of leave it out. Just bear with me here.
We're just double checking the score right now. The shooters are conversing.
I figured that would be a conversation that needed to be had now and not later.
Not when it's over. Right?
Yeah, not when it's 4-4 and oh, we got the score. Oh, no, just bring it up right now.
So this being my first tournament,
Yes.
kind of understanding the technology, when you're using the automatic score, I guess if one person puts in the incorrect score, it doesn't
Correct itself.
I don't know which one takes precedence.
No.
So let's say hypothetically Robert put in that it was 2-2 and Cecilia put in that it's 3-1. How does that supersede? Does it call a tournament?
Well,
How
okay.
does that do?
So it's not that like Cece's isn't going to show just what she put in, and his is going to show what
They
he
have
put.
to match, right?
It's not that they match; they update it together.
Okay.
So if he put in the last game 2-2, that's what she's going to see on her phone.
Oh, so is it whoever puts it in first?
It's whoever puts it in. So if like she put a win in while he put a win in under the wrong person, then it would have said 3-2. So whoever,
I
you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like if they both hit it. So it's good, the technology, but sometimes when there's if there's like a lag or something,
Yep.
but they got to update it. It's correct at 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah. So he's ready to go now though.
Yeah, he's shooting with some confidence too.
Yeah, he is. The only thing with the shot is you got to leave your. I just want an angle. I want a little baby angle.
Yes.
I want to be able to either go to the rail or be able to drag the ball off of it, which looks like he might. Yeah, that's the thing.
Too much of that.
Yeah, you know why that happened?
Because he didn't get the angle.
Because he didn't have an angle. So we have to start thinking of like the different parts of the ball you can hit.
Sure.
There's like the left, the middle, and the right side. Then there's different parts of the pocket that you can hit. It doesn't always have to be in the center of the pocket. So you could like take those different parts of the ball in the different pocket and play things differently, manufacture angles, you know? Just hold on. Bear with us here, folks.
All right.
We're back.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Bit of a scoring
Thanks,
dispute.
Lou.
We had to go to the replay, which isn't always available, but thankfully on the stream it is.
Yes.
and we got it corrected now.
Can you imagine if that wasn't on the live stream though?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's a battle. Somebody's got to give on that because she really thought that it was 3-1, which is fine. It happens, and especially like we said with the lag and the score and stuff. But she decided she didn't come out of gate playing it safe. But she almost got it.
It's clear you can see it.
You definitely see it, but I think that he's going to have to end up playing the 8-ball pasta pocket,
Yes.
which is fine. You just have to commit to it, not be scared of it, and know that's what you're going into. Unless he's playing right-hand English on the ball, which is it's a high-level shot, but we'll see. Yeah.
It's a good shot, but very, very tough lead.
Yeah, I think he tried to play like
to
the
sneak it
high, the
behind
right.
you.
Yeah. He might just play safe where he taps it. Yeah, against the rail.
Little strategy there.
Yeah.
I think inexperienced shooters there try to take the bank
Yeah.
and then just try to land for the 9, but a little gamesmanship at a 2-2 game.
Yeah. Cece's very smart. She's very good at picking a good safe to play. But here, I don't see a huge opportunity for an awesome safe. But you could very easily put that cue ball on the short rail on the left-hand side and make it very difficult.
Yeah.
Just send the cue ball, take the
Looks like
probably
what
what
she's
you're
gonna
gonna do.
do.
Yeah, which is the best way to go about it, I think. Wonder what her intention was.
I think she wanted to leave it cross-side.
Yeah.
Just leave it lined up even and not give them a bank, but a little too much juice. It's hard when you're a shorter player playing on a 9-foot table and you have to lean over
Yes.
to try to get the ball control that you're looking for there.
Yeah. I'm not that short, but there's times where I have to lean or be good at a bridge.
It's interesting how many players refuse to use the bridge, like as if it's like some sort
Like
of
a plague.
Yeah, like
Yeah. It's got cooties.
yeah, use it. It's there.
It's a tool. It's a tool we have in our toolbox.
Yes. Yeah.
And you
Use
should
all
use
of
it.
them.
Yes, all of them. Sometimes I go in the same game, I could use my extension or a bridge.
Right.
I don't have to commit to one. It's whatever I feel like the shot calls for. So people are like, "Don't you have an extension? Why are you using a bridge?" Because I feel like that's the best
That's
thing
the
for my
best
shot.
choice, yeah.
Especially if I have to play lay into a ball. I want to use the bridge. I want stability. The
Right.
longer cue doesn't always mean you're going to control it like that.
Yeah.
You're going to get all the way in the back of the queue. It's crazy.
And that's an interesting conversation too about what you're comfortable with.
Yeah,
What you're comfortable with is not the same thing that everybody else is comfortable
definitely not. And what I'm comfortable with can change. And that's okay.
with. Absolutely.
And it's like just allowing yourself to do something different is sometimes difficult. She's what
Both
she's
struggling on this 8-ball here.
yeah, but she's doing something very smart, and they call like looking down the hallway into the ball, like looking the ball into the pocket. It just helps you to visualize like what part of the ball you're like taking a picture with your brain, like, okay, that's where I gotta hit it on the 8-ball. And she's got enough flexibility where this 9-ball is and what side table should be on that. I think she'll be fine. She just has to make it. Yeah. Okay, fine. Fine. Who cares? Right?
Yeah.
If this was for $1 million, you're gonna make this ball? Yeah. The answer is yes, Steve. You're gonna make this ball.
I don't know if I could make it.
I'm sure you could. You've never made a ball like this ever in your life.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what's the difference?
Yeah.
You've done it before.
It's a big spot. You want to go up 3-2, not down 3-2. And
I also want $1 million,
I
so
do
I'm gonna
too.
make
I
this
do
ball.
too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think you get into this position here, especially after the scoring dispute, where you're trying to.
Look at that.
It's a beautiful
$1
shot.
million.
It's a beautiful shot.
$1 million shot right there.
Yes.
But yes, being in that position, I'm so glad you said that. After a dispute, it's so easy to like let your emotions
Go on
come
tilt.
in.
Yeah.
And we just talked about it, how she's sitting there beautifully with her emotions, right?
Yes.
Is she still like that? Yes. She went through that little dispute. She was reasonable. It was a reasonable request for what she thought was true.
Absolutely.
She went through it. She was able to come through and make a ball, and now she has reset herself.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's a good sign for a pool player. Anybody else ever think about that? Like just keeping things in check. I think that's the biggest thing that aggravates me when it comes to like league pool after playing in so many tournaments, people don't keep themselves in check. Like, you don't have to get like outwardly mad. That does no good for anybody. Like, it's not going to help you. It's not like, oh, I had to let it go. No, just forget about it. Like, you have to have so much humility in this game.
You very rarely see people playing angry that are successful.
Right.
I think playing with emotion, you can be excited in play and be an excitable person and use that emotion to your advantage. But playing angry, you're just going to go up there and bang balls. You're going to lose your touch. You're going to...
Control F.
Yeah, I agree. I think the only person I've ever seen play good under those circumstances, and it's not even all the time, but at least some of the time, is Earl Strickland.
Yes. But
He-
sometimes his emotions get the worst.
They
of him.
do. Mosconi Cup.
Yes.
Case in point. Combo over.
Yes.
I was watching right before the Mosconi when they
That's
had
a
the
great
press
shot.
conference. Oh, did I can't see it.
He just pulled the one ball. Just did a combo 1-9 into the corner to take the rack. So we're back to a 3-3 game with Robert on the break.
Okay. Look, I got you. Huh? Okay. I'm sorry. Joe Zattel, stream your match. Yeah, we already streamed. He was the first one on the table, actually. If you go backward. Yeah, if you go to the beginning of the stream, you'll actually see Joe Zattel. He won, I think it was 5-1.
5-1.
Yeah, okay. Oh, you're a good commentator, Steve. I like you.
I was sitting here watching. It was a really good match. But
Okay.
I think it's that first match and you're on the feature table and then your nerves are getting the best of you and it was a good match.
Uh-huh. Look, all right. So I'm going to say, I play a lot where there's like a lot of live streams. And a lot of the players that are here don't have that type of experience or exposure to live streams. This is like, Frank is doing such a good job promoting pool, especially for people like you, Steve, that this is your first major tournament. It's probably the same for a lot of these people. I mean, there's chip tournaments and things like that, but to be in a major tournament where you're playing sets and there's a Calcutta and you haven't seen that before,
Right.
and you're keeping score in your match on digital pool, like it's all very.
If you haven't seen a Calcutta live, you're auctioning off people. It's like livestock, for lack of a better term, and it's really really cool to watch people bidding on themselves and then getting outbid for themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how high do I want to go for myself?
Like,
Do I want to
That's the
put
question.
$100, 150?
that's insane. 290. That was at Bill's, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Frank is talking about it's a one pocket. What is it? Buffaloes?
Yes.
Okay. First was the most was Fargorate, $40,000. But he wasn't even the first blind bid. The first blind bid was Alex Pagulayan for $38,000. And then Tony Shohan, I think that's how you say his name. I never say his last name. Was like another 30,000 or 31,000 is what it was.
That's insane.
Yeah. So to see all that here,
So the blind, I don't for people at home that don't know what that is. The first few spots get auctioned off in the Calcutta, and you can pick whoever you want from the field. So those generally, those bump up the pot significantly, and then, after the first, in this one we had 3. I think the first blind went off at 250, and the next 2 went off at 150 and 100, I think.
yep.
And I mean, huge advantage.
Here's the thing, though. I'm sorry, I made a French fry talking. That's misophonia, I think it's called. I'm so sorry, guys. The thing with the blind bit, though, because I like to take myself, right? Especially when I feel like I'm favored to win something. I want to take myself. And if I really, truly feel like that about myself, I should be trying to get myself in the blind bid. Because if somebody picks me up in the blind bid, which has happened, I can only get half myself and half the money that's in the Calcutta.
So explain how that works, because that's
Yeah.
another piece of the Calcutta.
Yeah.
And I think as part of growing, not only the stream and growing the game, I think there's a lot of people who are hesitant to jump into something like this because they're nervous that they're going to
Yeah.
make a mistake or nervous about the rules because they don't know and they haven't seen it. And the best thing that I can say is the reason that I shot today was because I wanted to get that experience.
Yeah, it's a great
before
experience.
I jumped on the streams.
You're
and
gonna play
before I
better
start
because
talking.
of it.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you what. After this rack, I'll explain the Calcutta during our little, when they're racking or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. See this is why I keep saying no angles or the kiss of
No
death.
angles, yeah. She's
I
got to try
remember-
to bring this all the way back down table for the 8.
Or yeah, she could go
Or draw it
forward.
back.
Yeah, I like forward personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
And that's what she did.
that was a great shot.
Yeah, I think that the trouble there is if you try to draw and you don't get enough on it, you're going to get blinded by the 9 and not be able to see the 8.
Yeah, you want
That's a
to.
great lead for her.
Using the rails is awesome because when you find an angle that no matter where the cue ball stops on that angle, it's called getting on track.
Yep.
That you'll have a shot at the next ball. There's nothing better than that. You can't do that sometimes playing a draw unless you're like really confident in it at the time.
And that's great speed control there. I mean, a little bit harder. She's straight on it, but here's where you're talking with the angles.
Yeah. Yeah, the angles. And this is okay. She's not going to scratch.
Nope.
She's just going to make the ball, move on with her day. And you can just see in her body language, she's not throwing her hands down. She's not shrugging her shoulders.
No.
She's not doing anything other than being in that moment, looking at that ball. That's the only way to
Yeah.
make the ball is if you stand there and look at the ball. So
And
you
she-
might as well pay attention.
She looks extremely comfortable with the lead that she gave herself.
She does.
Sometimes you see people, they get a lead and we think it's great, but it's not where they wanted to be, where they thought. So
Yeah.
you get a sigh out of them or...
Yeah, it was great. The first 2 practice strokes she took, she actually stood up on the shot, and I've seen her do that before. But that's kind of, she like stands up, stands down, stands up,
settle
stands down.
herself down.
Yeah, and then she takes like 3 more strokes and then shoots it.
Mm-hmm.
But at first I was like, you gotta stop popping up. But it's actually built into her pre-stroke routine.
Right.
Do you have a pre-shot routine?
I do. I always try to breathe. I think breathing is one of the most important parts when you're shooting because you'll see shooters sometimes not holding their breath or they're
Have you
not.
shot a
and
gun
I think
before?
it too. What's that?
Have you
I
shot a gun
I
before?
have,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
It's so much of like when you shoot a gun,
Yeah.
it's stance and it's breathing and how that relates to pool. Like that's the best way to aim is
It
you have
is.
to breathe. Like you can't.
You do.
And you see sometimes inexperienced shooters that don't know like your breathing control is so important.
Super important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The live stream can lock you up. Yeah, Joe Bassetti. Sorry, I'm a little late to the party on that, but absolutely. Oh, the Calcutta. Let me
Yes,
explain the Calcutta.
yes.
Okay. So let's say you have 10 people. Let's make it easy, right? 10. And, person A is the best person in the tournament. And then person, whatever number 10 is, we'll say person 10. Well, let's just make it easy. Person 1 is the best person in the tournament. Person 10 is the weakest person in the tournament. Well, you're going to bet more on person 1. It's almost like playing odds, but not so much. Like person 1 may go for $100 in the tournament. Person 2 might go for 90. Person 3 might go for 110 because somebody thinks they're playing real good that day, whatever it is. It doesn't matter how much you put in the Calcutta, everybody gets the same piece. So if the total money in the Calcutta is $1,000 and you paid $110 for person 1, you still win $1,000. But if you pay $10 for person 10, you could still win that same $1,000.
Yes.
So just how much you bid is how much is less that you're getting out of the pot, basically.
Right. So in this tournament, there's 73
73?
73 players.
73 players.
So Frank, who runs the whole tournament, he gives out a list, and it has everybody's Fargo ratings. And if like me, you've never shot in a tournament like this before and don't have a Fargo rating, they go off of what your APA equivalent or your APA
Right.
rating is. So,
And Frank is really good at rating
yes,
people.
and that's another thing to kind of touch on that most people don't realize: the transparency when he runs the tournament. Nobody is sitting here blind and having no idea what the rules are. He goes over all the rules very efficiently, gives everybody an opportunity to ask questions, and the list that he gives out has everybody's rating on it. So you kind of have an idea of where the player stands. So you're not bidding blind on somebody you've never met before, never seen shoot, which is always a challenge.
Yes, but it can be difficult, especially when somebody doesn't have a rate. Like, So if you've never played before, and if I've never seen you play in a tournament before, and I'm somebody that usually goes to tournaments and I like to gamble, I like to get horses, I like to get up
Sure.
people. If I've never seen you before, but you're allowed in this tournament, but you have no
jump
data,
action with scratch.
ooh, you might be able to get yourself for $20 because nobody else is going to bid on you.
Sure.
And that $20 win that $1,000 pot, where I spent $220 on one of my horses today. So
But that's the other part of it too, where when you're putting in your bids, you're necessarily not always thinking, hey, I've got to buy the winner.
right,
You've got to buy somebody that's going to finish in the top 8 because that's what's paying out for this particular tournament.
right. And if somebody buys you, if Steve were to buy me for $100, he could just have me for $100 and he wins whatever I win in the Calcutta, or I can buy half myself. So I give him $50 and now we're partners. So if it's
Right.
$1,000 first place in the Calcutta, we would each get 500.
Robert's getting very risky here.
Yeah, he's getting risky. I think he's trying to play catch up instead
Yes.
of like. But that's funny because
You're
I
only
just
down
put
one.
catch up on my fry.
You're only down 1. I mean, you have an opportunity to go hill here, but
You gotta do it smart.
yeah, this is where the emotion. This is where
Yeah.
Cece. Again, after the conversation about the scores,
Yeah.
just centering herself and getting back to where she needed to be.
She doesn't look lost. Sometimes you see people stand at the table and they're looking at a shot for a while, but it doesn't look like the wheels are turning.
Yeah.
Like they're not really looking at anything. That's not the case here. Everything she's doing right now has a lot of intention behind it.
Yes.
She's on the hill. She was down. There was that discussion. So now it's just time to do the right thing.
Now, do you think she sets up here to try to play the 2 into the 3?
You know, I did think she was going to do that, yes.
I couldn't tell if she was trying to come and spin off the rail to go for the 2 cross side there.
Yeah. My thought, actually, of the reason why I got quiet, I was like, she's not crazy enough to go for the 2-9, is she?
Right.
Like that.
I think that's where we are now. I wasn't even thinking.
That thought crossed.
She called it.
Yeah.
She's called it.
I don't.
But this is actually turning, offense into defense, because if she misses this 2 here, she may have a chance of knocking in that 3.
Yes. But she can't leave the 9 ball in front of the pocket. But she almost did exactly what you said.
And she left a tough shot.
She sure did. Oh, they're joking with each other.
Yes. Sometimes
See,
luck is better than skill, right?
yeah, you know what though? If this was our team night, you know what I would say to her?
You don't
Right
joke
now?
with them.
No, knock it off. Said Mortal Kombat finish him.
Yes.
There's no friends here, CC. Robert's a good guy. But you know what? She went back to her corner.
Yep.
She didn't engage again. This is good stuff. This is good coaching advice,
Oh, sure.
if I do say so myself. Steve's like, what is this, girl? Where did she go?
No.
I wonder, Steve, if you're thinking how good I play at. You're like, is she a good player?
If I had to
don't know.
guess, APA 5.
Wow, Steve. Wow.
Is that bad or good?
That's awful. An
Better
8
than that?
ball
What are you?
or 9 ball?
What are you?
I'm a little offended. I'm not going to tell you now. He wants to know
This
what.
is such a
he
bad,
thought- he
it's a
thought I was-
bad position to
I
be in.
said,
It's
"What
like
do you-"
asking somebody
I kinda
their
baited him.
age.
I baited him. I said, I wonder what you're thinking about my skill level right now. And he says, I'm thinking you're like an APA 5. Like that was a good thing. Like it was a good thing. I'm sorry, APA 5s. I better be quiet.
I'm an
This is-
APA 5.
Okay, I'm an 8.
Get out.
Swear to God.
Get out.
And a 7.
Get out. See, that's deceptive.
You know why I'm commenting on this? I can't play in it. Oh, I can tell him about Tascarelli Keys. We got to finish this game first. And then I'll tell you. Steve has no idea. This makes a lot of fun. I haven't been playing 2 years, though.
Only 2 years.
I've only been playing 2 years, though. Well, technically 3. I didn't play for 8 years. I was only a 4 before then. All right, let's see. We do have an out. I think it's really important. Like sometimes you look at the table and you're like, the 6 ball's on the rail. That screws everything up. Where it really doesn't, you know? It's not a bad thing. You just
Depending
have
on
to,
how far away you are from it. Like
yeah,
if
you just
you're
gotta
on
leave
the
yourself good.
if you're on the 2, you got to
Yeah.
figure out a way to get into a position to knock it out.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to go every shot and try to kick it.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what I'm saying. It's not that bad. You just gotta do it. Steve, I would have pinned you for like a 3. Oh, look. She got good on that ball. But, well, we have a little angle.
How do you get back on the?
I'm probably gonna try to put the cue ball on the left side of the table for what we see and play the 7 ball to the top right hand corner. Just because that little angle that there's there right now, you could play forward on that and get it to that side of the table. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Oh, she said, "Screw you, Teresa. I'm gonna draw this," and she hit it real good.
How often do you see somebody? I mean, doing the stream, and you see somebody, and you're like, "These are the 3 options that I see." Then they take a completely different option. You're like, "Ooh, I didn't see that at all."
No, you know what I usually say when they take an option I didn't see at all?
Yeah.
That just reinforced the wrong thing for them. They think that they can do that anytime now,
Yes.
and it's totally acceptable. I defer to my previous 3 offerings.
Yes.
It doesn't happen that often, I don't think. I like to think I feel like I'm a fortune teller like when I'm playing or
Yeah.
when I'm doing this. I try to figure it out. But like, okay, this is easier. 6, top right hand corner. 7, top left hand corner. 8, bottom right corner. 9, side or top left corner. Depending on where the ball is.
And that's your roadmap.
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't have to overly hit this ball hard. It was there.
Yep.
Right there. And then that same type of stroke she had on that shot, she would have done the same thing on the 7.
Yeah.
And it would have been right there. You could almost play a stop shot in 8 and then have a stop shot in the 9.
I always think too, like when I'm sitting at home watching the streams, like with everybody else, you see somebody line up to take a shot, you're like, "Oh, it's so easy." I would make that shot 10 out of 10 times, and you don't realize the distance on the table.
Yeah,
You don't
that's the
realize
truth.
how much green is in front of you when you're sitting at home. You know.
Yeah. It's funny when you have that moment too when you're like, I don't know, sometimes I could watch the professionals play and then I go play and I play like God for a minute, you know? It doesn't last forever, but until I realize, you know.
And that sneaking feeling of, "Oh, I could totally do this.
Yeah.
I could totally beat these people."
Totally.
Oh, it's too hard. And again, emotion. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this 7 ball, if she can play it in the side, I love these shots. I love these shots playing
She
center.
definitely cannot play it inside.
Definitely not.
Definitely.
And she might play safe behind the 9.
Yeah, so for you guys at home that can't see, Teresa is actually blocked by the TV, so she's watching the stream. I can actually see around the TV,
Yes.
and she definitely does not have the angle to take this into the side. She's going to have to
Maybe
walk
she
it
just
down.
drains it. Top right hand corner.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it says she's shooting for the side. Oh my God,
Like I
yes.
said, walk it down.
You walk
Oh.
it out. That's fine. It's still okay.
If she
Center ball.
doesn't hit the 8, she's right behind it for a perfect lead.
Yeah. Hector,
Just slightly
Medina-
comes off and
Yes.
hits the 8.
Hector, how is Tobin doing? He won his first round 5-3, and then there was a forfeit the second round. So I think he's currently waiting for a table. I know Ethan Droge, he's my junior player. I think he won the first one. I'm not sure. I have to get back to you on that.
So we thinking bank here, or is she going to cut?
I cut you.
Yeah, for this match, we're going to do a shuffle here and we'll do all 3 of us on the mics.
Okay.
All right. So Robert has a chance to also get on the hill. That makes it interesting, especially 9 ball.
Just trying to see if he can see past that 9.
Maybe it turns into an overcut. I don't know. It looks like you can make it good.
Yeah.
I made it real good.
That's a great shot.
Sure is. I think he'll be okay making this ball.
Yeah.
All right, we got a Hill thriller on the winner's side. CC Strain.
These are the kind of matches you like to see on the stream,
Absolutely.
where everybody's involved. Everybody has a piece of it. You know.
Yes. Tons of fun. All right, so I don't know if we've seen it yet. Is it CC? No, it's not CC's. Okay, Robert has the last rack. Did they flip for?
So I wasn't here. I was actually shooting.
Dude, no. Is there? What do you know the rule of the tournament? Like if you flip or lag?
You can do both.
Okay. Sometimes I play in tournaments. One I played in last night is the priority is flip, which means they always set a priority. So if I choose flip and you choose lag, I win because flip is priority. Makes sense?
Yeah.
A lot of times that's what they do in tournaments.
I don't think he has. Frank, is there a priority for flip and lag? Lag's priority.
Lag priority. See? Little tournament rule. So
This
here,
stuff is important.
it is
I know
important.
coming into this, I was on the phone with Frank 3 times this week, just asking rules. Just there's a 3 foul rule, which I've never heard, and trying to understand how
yeah.
that works. That's being at home watching it, you don't get to hear the rules, you don't get to see the tournament setup. So again, I think a lot of people are intimidated by shooting in these tournaments because they're so afraid that if they make a mistake, they're going to look foolish, or they're going
And
they're
that's
worried
crazy
about
to me.
it.
That's crazy. Look, I know there's some like crappy people that play, right? But most of us, myself included, I want to impart knowledge on people.
Sure.
I want to help you. I'm not going to make fun of you. And look, if you don't know what 3 foul is, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Because 3 foul, and this is why these tournaments are such great experience, it's important. You need to know, you need to get to the point, you need to do it and get to where you put somebody on 2. Because sometimes you can put somebody on 2 and have an out table and just have this awesome safety net built in. So then you get out of line and you just kind of play a little bit more free.
Yes.
Or you have a tough rack where it's not an out rack without you taking like major risk. So you decide to intentionally 3 foul. I do that all the time.
Yes.
All the time. And if you go to a tournament and get 3 fouled, so what? Guess what you're going to go home and do? You're going to practice kicking. You're going to practice getting on a safeties. Like, do better, right? But that's what you learn when you come to these tournaments. It's just so good for the pool players.
I think that, again, there's a lot of people that are in this world that are at tournaments every weekend, or that are trying to absorb as much knowledge about the game as they can. And then there's the layman players that are they look at it as this is just a barroom game, and that's kind of the stigma to it, where they feel like if I go out there I'm going to get hustled, and it's not. There's so much transparency in what goes on in these tournaments as to who you're shooting and when. And there's a lot of people here who want to distill knowledge on everybody and want to help grow the game and grow your game individually.
But there's so many expectations for leaning into that stigma as a pool player. That was a good leave. You know what I mean? Like, people, I'm sure you've had moments where you felt like you had to act like a hustler.
Sure.
Like you had to act big and tough or whatever. And
that's a guy thing. We have machismo. That is definitely a thing.
For sure.
Yeah.
And guess what? As
And
a strong
it's a
female, that'll do well in a pool game.
Absolutely. That's great for you.
It's awesome for me. I love playing machismo.
But I think that people that in layman's that are just your regular Tuesday night APA shooter, or shooting in the APL, or whatever league you're shooting in, it's a night out for them, but they want to grow their game. They want to expand what they're doing, and they see the streams and they're like, "Oh, this looks like fun. I would love to be able to go shooting it," but they're intimidated.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they're worried that it's going to be, if I miss a shot, 5 pros are going to be standing behind me laughing at me, or
let me
it's
tell you,
not that. It's
all the guys that stand around here acting like pros.
Oh yeah,
they're not. Okay.
Right.
Like, just play them.
And again, this is a different kind of tournament. There are tournaments where there's, very, very, very high level shooters. This is kind of a tournament for everybody. You're going to get to come and you're going to get the exposure. That's why these $4.99 and under tournaments are great, because a 2 can come and shoot, a 3 can come and shoot if that's your speed.
You can see the other side of pool. That's what I call it.
You can get that experience and get those nerves out and feel like you have a seat at the table. And that's important.
super like Robert right now.
Yes.
He drained that 8.
And
Pretty
he's
good on the 9.
This is where you gotta calm yourself.
Yeah, because if he misses this, he's going to think about the shot the
Sure.
rest of the day.
Sure. It's a great
He
out.
drains it. It's a good job.
Robert Carey takes the win.
He played really good at the end there.
Both of them played great.
Okay, we're taking a break. We're shuffling.